Good Monday to everybody. Hello, Warriors. How's everyone doing? We had a little risk off. I really got lucky. When I was with you Friday, I talked about how Nvidia was reversing. Prior to that, talked about that I was shorting it by buying puts in Nvidia. I'm not sure if you guys saw the news, but supposedly China has a chip that's better, cheaper. I think that's what's driving this. But you have a breakdown under this 130 level. So, here's how it looks on a daily. And, we're uh, quickly approaching targets. So my first target's down here around this return line. So, that's about 116. And, we could, you know, bounce from here. But as long as we're under 130, this market is wide open. It's very um, widely owned as the Mercedes-Benz of semiconductor chips for AI, etc. So just like Apple, which I said could have been a big tree in the forest that fell over and no one's paying attention to it, and it lost about 15% or so, trying to recover today. But most of the Mag 7, here's Amazon. Amazon's fighting its way back. It's diverging. We'll see what it could do at new highs if it tries it. Here's Meta. Meta's recovered. It's at new highs, but diverging. Google looked like it was going to have new highs. It so far has left a gap. Netflix is up a little bit, but they really got to Microsoft pretty good. The market's on the highs, but something I pointed out that when you look at Microsoft, with all the highs the S&Ps have made over the last, here, go to July, 6 months, Microsoft hasn't made a new high since July 24. So this was a second lower high back to support. This was the first lower high, and this is the second. So we'll see if this buy the, sell the rumor, buy the fact works. The sector that still looks pretty bad is that. Okay. Um, and this is huge market cap. So just like Apple mattered, they're taking them out one at a time and shooting them. And you're always better off shorting things that weren't making new highs. So there's Nvidia. Let's get to the currencies because it's an important lesson today with massive risk off. Here's NASDAQ. It's come back, leave pretty good wick. Here's the S&P's leaving a decent wick, and that's with rates coming down. But even with risk off earlier in the day, it's not like the euro's getting cracked. There is no uh, safe haven buying in euro. Of course, pound there's not, and you have to use breaks to buy. I don't think we should close under 103.5 now on any pullback. Maybe we get back down here. Aussie is acting like the weak sister. There's an RBA meeting this week, so I'm not going to do anything until I see that. And the yen is in a continuation mode, but went right to the black line that I had here and bouncing. So perhaps we'll get a rally there as well. Dixie, not down a ton. Uh, Due for some type of bounce. Any rip on tariff news or any kind of news, yield news, you have to be a seller up around the 108 level. Should that occur, I'm still very bearish. The dollar, I don't think that these highs are going to be taken out. Sell rips. We're finally getting a pullback in gold and didn't quite make new highs. Maybe we're not. Maybe this is just a complex ABC. I'm looking for about 2,400 into the spring. In fact, I think a lot of markets could head lower into the spring, which is, the 21st. There's also an eclipse series that happens in March, lunar eclipse on the 13th, solar on the 29th, plus you have the spring equinox. So I'm thinking that a lot of things stay under pressure, including the dollar. but a lot of things that people own will come under pressure. That's stocks and real estate. And what you need to do is, if you're not a short trader, you don't like trading the short side, is, over the next month or so, get your shopping list off up. Uh, the miners are selling off. I think there's going to be a great break to buy in the miners. So far, GDX, you could just say it's a correction, but I think GDX could actually pull all the way back to here if I'm right about 2,400 gold. All right, here's SILJ. That hasn't made new low. Looks like a flag. Lower numbers look like they're coming to me. First Majestic, making new lows for this break. I guess the question is, what do we do here at 4.5? So, I'm going to be looking for about 28 to 26.5 silver. Here's Fortuna. Looks like it has some lower levels to go still. And here's Endeavor. So we'll be timing silver buys with two contingencies. And, I'm becoming one of the ingredients that's been missing from silver has been a bear market in the dollar. Historically, silver needs a bear market in the dollar to really thrive. And, so now that's in place. So I'm thinking there's one more washout. I have a line coming in here around 28, yeah, around 28.05. And the breakout line is 26. This is where we broke out. So I'm figuring somewhere down here. And also, while this is happening, one of the reasons I haven't liked silver has been the gold silver ratio. It's trying to reverse today. I still don't think that we're there yet. I thought that maybe we could move up towards 93-ish, but it's sure acting like it wants to top here. So a lot of things coming into play. We'll see if we get a top here, which we should get because this does correlate with the dollar most of the time. And I want to say one thing about correlations, let them go. And instead of, correlations like the gold silver ratio and the dollar, concentrate on one sector at a time. For example, precious metals. So you want to be long the strength, short the weakness. So, gold has been the strength. Silver's been bringing up the rear. Platinum has been trying, but I'm not impressed. And here's palladium. It finally got going last week. But so you know what the relative strength is, so you buy it on dips when you're bullish in metals. You know what the relative weakness is. That's another reason why I use the gold silver ratio. And this is the one you sell on rallies when you're bearish in metals. So this is a very important level. It's holding it so far. We'll see what happens the rest of the session. I'll see everyone in the room. Good hunting. Remember to buy big dips in euro. Let's see what happens in Aussie. I don't think we're going to make a new low. There's probably a break to buy around 62. So maybe another 80 pips lower. I'll be looking at that. But wait for the RBA. Don't bet on the outcome. React to the reaction. And most of all, everyone, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. As you can tell, we're getting more volatility. So what you want to do now is lower your leverage and widen your stops to let them breathe in this type of volatility so you're not right the market, wrong the trade over and over again. Good hunting. See you in the room.